its first 100 asylum seekers. Lifeguards in Hempstead to get a crash course in treating shark bite wounds. As the death toll rises to 106 from the Maui wildfire, the feds bring in a mobile morgue to help identify the victims. Mayor Adams to sign off today on the city's new outdoor dining rules. In sports, both the Mets and Yankees lost. AccuWeather, still some rain across Long Island, otherwise some sun today and a high of 82. Winds News Time 9:01, traffic and transit. Here's Karen Stewart.
We've got flooding out there that we need to be careful of. We've got it on the eastbound LIE at the Grand Central Parkway in the right lane, on the westbound Grand Central at the LIE in the right lane, and on the northbound Van Wyck near Jewel Avenue in the right lane. So we've got flooding around, so please be careful. Leave yourself some extra travel time this morning if you can manage it. The northbound Cross Island Parkway near Jamaica Avenue has an accident. It is causing delays. We're not jammed, but it is causing delays. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound Queens Midtown tunnel has got you delayed from 48th or 58th Street on the westbound LIE into the tunnel. We've got delays that are very slow on the inbound side of the RFK. The Grand Central Parkway delays go back to the airport. Very heavy. It's even backing up the BQE eastbound, trying to get up to the westbound Grand Central Parkway. So we've got that going on. And over the Hudson River, 15 to 20, actually, inbound at the GW Bridge, 25 to 30 at the Lincoln, 30 to 35 at the Holland, and alternate side of the street is back in effect today. We're sponsored by the New Jersey Department of Transportation. When road crews are in a work zone, one crash can turn a day on the job into a family's worst nightmare. They put their lives in your hands, so put yourself in their shoes and slow down. Together with the New Jersey Department of Transportation, we can make the roadways safer for everyone. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
A bicyclist riding in the Village was in the wrong place at the wrong time last night and is now in the hospital. This happened during a police chase.
This 54-year-old woman critically hurt after being hit by the Mercedes-Benz that was being pursued by police here at Houston and Sullivan. This all began in Alphabet City about 7 p.m. Police went after the Mercedes because they believed they saw suspects with a gun inside. In fact, one man got out of the car and ran, but was captured. The driver took off, heading here to the West Village. That's where he struck the cyclist. He then got out and tried to make a run for it, but witnesses say police used a taser to take him down.
We heard the taser go off. And then we lost him, and then we saw the cop run back down this way.
Now, as the NYPD continues their investigation, they tell us both men in custody have prior arrest records. And this all comes after last week's NYPD memo that was put out to the rank and file to remind cops about car chase procedures. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Winds, 92.3 FM, here in the Village.
The new migrant shelter in the parking lot at Creedmoor in Queens is now open for business. About 100 people arrived yesterday. This new tent city can house roughly 1,000 single individuals. It comes despite community opposition. In fact, neighborhood residents plan a protest tonight at a nearby playground. Health and Hospitals Senior Vice President Ted Long says the city's got no choice.
Today we stand here in a parking lot, and Randall's, which we've also announced, is going to be on a soccer field. We're at the point where we're having to create new space.
Mayor Adams with a pointed message for New Yorkers.
We cannot celebrate on Sunday and Friday nights and Saturday in our synagogues, our churches, our Buddhist temples, and our Sikh temples and talk about how great our gods are, yet we leave and use a level of hateful tone and rhetoric.
At the same time, at a news conference in Brooklyn, His Honor also implored the Biden administration to step up and help the city out. On Long Island today, Stop the Bleed. This is a crash course for lifeguards on how to deal with a shark bite.
In the town of Hempstead, lifeguards using boats, personal watercraft, and drones are trained to spot sharks. This way, they can warn swimmers as quickly as possible to get out of the water. And now the town supervisor, Don Clavin, says lifeguards and town EMTs are teaming up with NYU Langone for a Stop the Bleed shark training.
They're going to be professionals coming down with the lifeguards with dummies for demonstration. They're going to show different kind of wounds, particularly shark bites, and they're going to demonstrate to the lifeguards how to tourniquet them, how to do procedures to stop the bleeding in a quick fashion.
20 lifeguards will be attending the training. Last year in the waters off of Long Island, there were 8 shark bites. This year so far, 5 people have been bitten by sharks. Sophia Hall, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
70 degrees, mostly cloudy now. Still some rain across Long Island. The winds in the city nearly calm. Later today, clouds with some breaks of sun. Still humid. We'll get up around around 82 degrees. It's going to feel like it's 90. AccuWeather saying still the threat of rain. This is a pop-up shower or two, mostly in inland New Jersey and the Hudson Valley. 71 degrees now in Secaucus, 74 Bay Ridge, 70 in Central Park. A heartbreaking scene in Hawaii where a mobile morgue has now been set up to identify the victims of the wildfire in Lahaina. That as the death toll is now at 106.
Overnight, the number of dead rising again. And Governor Josh Green says with cadaver dog teams in searching, it will keep going up.
We have a large force of people here on the ground. We now have 416 people from FEMA.
After outcry from residents here, the governor announcing roads around Lahaina will be open to travel western Maui beginning today, allowing many people to go home and to work, but Lahaina will remain closed. Alex Stone, ABC News, Maui.
The White House announcing this morning that the president and first lady will travel to Maui on Monday, August 21st, next Monday, to meet with first responders, survivors, as well as federal, state, and local officials in the wake of this horrible tragedy. There's already a legal move in the latest Trump indictment, but it's not coming from the former president. Attorneys for Mark Meadows filed a motion in federal court to have the state charges against him in Georgia moved to a federal court.
What they were doing was arguing that the charges against him in this kind of sweeping racketeering case against not only Meadows, but his former boss, former President Donald Trump, involve his service at the White House when he was the chief of staff for Trump. And they say because of that, the case belongs not in local court, but in federal court.
That's correspondent Graham Cates. Meadows is among the 19 people indicted in Fulton County for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. So is Rudy Giuliani, and we heard from him yesterday on his radio show on WABC. He called the indictment, quote, the next chapter in a book of lies, and he denied allegations that he was part of some kind of racketeering ring. That was a reference to the RICO laws that he once championed as a U.S. attorney. When's News Time 9:07. President Biden touting what he calls Bidenomics as his administration marks 1 year since he signed the Inflation Reduction Act into law. He's going to talk more about that today at the White House. Yesterday, he was at a wind turbine manufacturer in Milwaukee.
Over 13.4 million new jobs, 150,000 new jobs in the state of Wisconsin. Nearly 800,000 new manufacturing jobs nationwide.
Well, the same Milwaukee company says it's also going to start building electric vehicle charging stations. So what's going on with the writers and actors strikes? The WGA is considering a new counter proposal by Hollywood producers. As for the actors,
the studios maintain they've made a fair offer to SAG and that the union is making misleading statements about their stance. SAG-AFTRA leadership says they want a fair contract, the same demand being made by the Writers Guild of America. Deadline reports the Guild is presenting its latest counter to the studios after the two sides met Friday. The big question is if it could pave the way for SAG-AFTRA.
Primary issues include base compensation, streaming residuals, and the use of artificial intelligence. Meantime, the hit to California's economy from the strikes is now an estimated $3 billion. Now this message, Samuel D. Flatt, Social Security Disability Attorney, 718-544-2767. When's News Time 9:09 coming up?
Time to make the donut.
Or is it? We'll have that story, plus traffic and weather next on 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep, and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number.
It's the biggest sale of the year. Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday.
Staples presents a lesson in back to school savings.
All right, well, we're having some commercials here. Just want to let everyone know that I am very, very grateful for your viewership, the subscribers, and also to let you know that I posted a Paterson, New Jersey Boys and Girls Club video earlier today. So if you haven't checked that out, go back to the channel and check it out. So far, gasoline here at the BP is, let's see, what do we got here? It's regular is $3.69, silver is $4.05, ultimate $4.39, and diesel is $4.29. And that's the gasoline prices for August 16th, 2023. in Paterson, New Jersey, on Market Street at the BP. Oh, let's get you back.
Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects.
Over here at this gas station, it's $3.53, $3.61, and $4.25 for super.
Or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans. So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
Winds News Time 9/11, traffic and transit on the ones, and here's Karen Stewart.
What do you say we go to Jersey? We got a lot of things going on in New Jersey. We've got an accident on the northbound Parkway at exit 148 for Bloomfield. That's causing delays on the Garden State. We're not jammed. I mean, it's not like, you're sitting there, but there are slowdowns in the area. Westbound 78 local lanes, west of exit 57 for Newark. We got a disabled truck, and this poor guy's in the center lane. We still have this jackknife tractor trailer closing a lane on eastbound 80 at Interstate 280 in Parsippany. That's exit 47A on exit 80. So we've got these delays on 80 eastbound because of this jackknife tractor trailer, but it's not major delays. Then we've got an emergency repair project till 3 happening on Route 22 westbound, west of Chestnut Street in Union, and 208 northbound at Maple Avenue in Fairlawn. We've got an accident there in the left lane. And I'm not done because we've got New Jersey transit issues. Expect delays and cancellations on Northeast Corridor and the North Jersey coastline trains. They're dealing with some equipment availability issues. Unsure what that is, but they continue to do that, so watch for the delays on the Northeast Corridor and the North Jersey coastline. Traffic is sponsored by One Prostate Center. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Are you one of the millions of Americans suffering from frequent urination at night? One Prostate Center utilizes a revolutionary new procedure which can help alleviate your symptoms fast. Check out oneprostate.com. The number one, prostate.com.
Well, you know what they say.
America runs on Duncan.
Well, one store owner is spilling company secrets. We'll tell you what he has to say in just a minute. Boy, we had some morning today.
Yeah, no secret that it was a real mess out the door this morning, and I was really hitting the coffee. I got on early because of the problems. Now, look, we settled out. What we're seeing is what I thought. There are some patches of fog in some places with some of the lower clouds, especially in some of the inland suburbs here right now. Closer to the city, the sun's trying to break through a little bit here or there, but it's just awfully humid. Temperatures now in the low to mid 70s, and at their highest point today, I think we get up to about 82 or so. Real feels approaching 90, but we're already seeing some showers pop in the very distant Hudson Valley suburbs off to the north and northwest of the city, and we'll see that probability come down closer to the city as we go through the afternoon. A shower or two popping through. Sticky tonight with a shower around the low near 70. Clouds, some sunny breaks tomorrow. Another thunder shower or two, especially for the city and inland. High about 84. Real feels reach 90. You're going to keep the umbrella in hand through Friday. Showers and thunderstorms into Thursday night, early Friday. And there's could be a little gusty and drenching, especially on the island on Friday afternoon before the humidity starts to lower. And then here comes nirvana in terms of the humidity. It's way down over the weekend. Low 80s on Saturday, mid-upper 80s on Sunday as we do warm it up. We'll keep an eye on the amount of smoke haze from the Canadian wildfires that may make it back into the tri-state. Midtown temperature, a sultry 71, going up to a high of 82. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Amir Mohammed dishing on Dunkin'.
As a Dunkin' Donuts franchisee, you have 3 options to get donuts. You can A, bake them yourself in your own kitchen inside the restaurant. You can have them delivered from a central kitchen, which you and other franchisees team up to build. It's called a CML. Or you can order J-Bod, which are like disgusting frozen donuts, which don't do that.
He's been running a location in the Beverly Hills area for 8 years. He says getting up at the crack of dawn to make those donuts every day just got to be too much. And so 30 franchises got together to build one of those central kitchens. He took to TikTok to spill that secret. Of course, it's gone viral. He also, by the way, noted that the donuts have a maximum 24-hour shelf life, and they do not donate the leftovers because of liability issues. TikToker Meredith Donovan rattled after being accused of scamming a Taco Bell customer in a pay-it-forward chain.
So I just got screamed at the Taco Bell drive-thru. Basically, I pulled up
and place my order, which was like $60 worth of Taco Bell, which is a lot of food, don't get me wrong. And I look up and this lady has gotten out of her car in front of me and is running towards my car, screaming her head off. I heard scam.
Meredith says she didn't realize there was a pay it forward thing happening where one driver pays for like a $5 item for someone else. She says in the end, they worked it out and had a good laugh. Today's the day Mayor Adams signs the new outdoor dining rules into law. That's despite some, which critics say are like eyesores.
Some sheds are simple open-air shacks, others elaborate plexiglass structures. Some have been kept up, others are falling down. But Matthias Van Layden, who owns Lulu, says, why let a few bad apples spoil everything?
The city needs to have a bit of cleanup. You know, some people are not doing it right, and, you know, they're the ones who make us look bad.
Under recently passed city council legislation, the dining sheds would be up April through November and down the other months. But the Coalition United for Equitable Urban Policies, Leif Arntzen, wants more regulation.
For residents, it's less curb space, less sidewalk space, less roadbed space, less space to get up and down the block, less quiet.
Julie Walker, New York.
Remember that?
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Driving in the News. For those of you who are not familiar with this video or this kind of video, I drive to work, as many Americans do, right? And I listen to the news. The only difference is that I listen to the news and I record it and I upload it. And the reason I do this is to record this history for future generations. So it's not the most exciting video. It's not the most entertaining video. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that are a lot more entertaining than these, but I still feel it's necessary to have a documentation where we can look back on random dates and see what was going on in the local news at that time. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.